At this point, I do experience the impatient side of me takes over more frequently. I can't wait to transform the house from a plastic-covered workplace into somewhere which feels like home. A place where you take off your shoes and leave them in the hallway and instead pop into a comfy pair of slippers. We're not far from it, and I believe I'll make it there soon.
Since we began painting white, my mom has made more than just a few comments about how excited she was to eventually paint green, and we're so close. All I have left to do is to paint the walls, and it's gonna take me a while since there are a lot of windows in here, around the kitchen, like things to avoid. But I'm gonna try my best to paint the very last white today, so that I can excite her tomorrow and we can paint green. It's been really difficult for me though to decide on the green shade. I've made like 4 tests around the living room and kitchen. I've narrowed it down to 2. I have to make the final decision today. Three weeks, a lot of cleaning, 3 coats of paint. I'm done with white. It's going to feel so rewarding to paint the beams tomorrow. I can't wait to bring the character back. I think I've made my green decision. It's not been easy. I'm not like 100% sure. It's so hard to imagine what it's going to look like once everything has been painted. But I've made my decision.
So painting green turned out to be much more challenging than we thought. I started with paint tape with the hope that it could help me create a straight line, but the raw surface of the beams and the thin paint resulted in the opposite of neat. So I had to work with freehand, concentration and patience. My mom struggled in the same way as I did, while Julianne was given the highway task and had a great time rolling the flat areas. Shortly after I'd finished the first beam, Buch came in from the stable and expressed that I was needed. It was the last day with our expensively rented machines, and he'd just been advised that we should remove another 5 centimeters of sand across the stable. So we suddenly got very, very busy.
The green is indeed a very light and elegant shade, and despite my mom and sister made it quite far on painting everything, it's still hard to imagine the full picture once everything is done. Besides from painting all of the edges of the beams, which was my job, we also have the floorboards to paint, and tomorrow we're going to have a floor sanding company that will come by and hopefully sand down the floor in here and give it a new coating that will make it more like the floor we have in the kitchen. So the floor in here is going to get a bit lighter and less orangey, and I think that's also going to change the overall feel of this room. So it looks great, but there are still some steps left. So I'm here to paint, no, not to paint. I'm here to remove all of the plastic so that they can work in here tomorrow. How did I almost forget that I got myself a pair of slippers? That's what home feels like. Getting rid of the boots. Should I just remove all of the plastic? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the plastic. Goodbye, all the plastic.
As the third coat varnish needs 24 hours to completely dry up, we only looked at it from the kitchen, where I had also brought a paint test, as I might have gotten a slightly new vision for the beams inside the kitchen.
Sådan helt angst ikke at spille noget nu, fordi vi har fjernet alt plastikken. Good morning, guys. I have decided that today is the last day we will be wearing outdoor shoes inside the new house. After 4 weeks of having keys, I really long for a more homey feeling. We're not far from being able to stay over, but just getting to the point where we take off our shoes when we walk inside the house is something I really look forward to. So today is the day. Since I got some slippers in the supermarket last week, I found some for Bay on the way here today. So this is going to be a little bit of a surprise when he makes it to the house this afternoon. I hope to have the kitchen cleaned. Yeah. I've also found yet another paint sample, brown paint sample on the way here. Oh, this is the one. And some more green, so I can finish up the living room. I'm gonna turn around and hurt you. These are the two brown paint samples I've bought so far, and the one that I've brought with me today should be slightly warmer and lighter than this one. Because this one among these two is my favorite. It's just slightly too brown, slightly too dark. In my slippers, The floor is clean and beautiful. This is such a lovely moment. And from looking at the floor, we're now going to look at the ceiling with my third and hopefully last brown paint sample. I'm still very divided or torn between having just green all the way through the house and this vision of having brown in here and then the green living room. So hopefully this is the one that makes everything make sense. Let's find out if this is the one. Real Simple is the name of it. Det är som om den är gul. Hold da op, den er lys. I don't think I've ever been this confused about paint colors ever before. It's like I've just gone over to banana yellow. What I wanted was something to match the floor. So this is still our favorite. Even though it's not totally right, it's the best one we've tried. I just need some help to try and visualize if more was brown than just the small tests. So we'll just do a test beam, more or less. And I've chosen a dark corner for it, because that will be easier to get a feel of a dark corner instead of a light corner. Like how much impact is it going to make on the light? And it's not bad at all. Something to think about and look at. I do still see brown as a very beautiful option for the kitchen, as this is a large space where you get light in from different angles throughout the day. If we compare it to the living room, where we only have light coming in from one angle, and it's the afternoon, evening, sunset light. So that's also why it was so important to us to lighten up this room as much as possible. We've done that by painting the ceiling white and all of the beams in this light green sage color. And then we've just had the floor sanded down, where we had 25 years of dust and dirt scraped off. And it is now beautiful, clean and light. All that there is left to do now is to paint the floorboards, which we've decided to paint green, and the beams all the way around the edges, so I can see the finish line out there. I think it's going to look beautiful. Weeks. It's the last detail. before sunset. I did think that I would only have to paint green once, but it's a typical Elise situation, I guess. It obviously needs a second coat, but it looks amazing, and it's just so nice to finally get a sense of the full picture. It has made a huge difference to paint the floorboards. Everything is starting to make so much sense. And even though there is a few bits and bobs that still needs to be done, such as painting for the second time, fixing up some errors here and there, and I still have one beam to paint. So we're not completely finished, but we're moving in tomorrow. So it was, yeah, time pressure. We did it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed following this process. It's been going on over so many days. I think we're talking about weeks. So I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up if you did. And yeah, we'll be living here very, very soon.